The only black-owned bank in Chicago is set to receive a $20 million deposit from the city. The Illinois Service Federal Savings and Loan Association will receive the deposit. City Treasurer Kurt Summers says the deposit into the bank, founded in 1934, is meant to help drive economic development in the city's neighborhoods. This should have been consistent. There should have been more deposits by the city. Go to our panel here. This is one of the things that Mayor Jackson often talked about, and other folks as well. When President Bill Clinton was in office, he was pushed by Congresswoman Maxine Waters and others to do the exact same thing. What often happens is black banks are totally ignored by governmental entities, and those are taxpayer dollars, the people's dollars. You would think they would be able to say, let's help numerous institutions, including black banks.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important for us to focus on them. We're talking about sort of the economic advantages for our communities. We know that black banks are the strength of our communities, right? This is where we're going to be hired. We're going to be more likely to get loans and the things that we need in order to be economically sound. So I certainly think that this is important, and it's something that we need to start talking about more as leaders and influencers, because we really often sort of overlook the issue of how our black banks and black institutions are upheld.
Oh, super important, Roland. I mean, the fact of the matter is not just for every entrepreneurship or entrepreneur, access to capital is the #1 challenge. Black banks are more likely to loan, invest, match federal funds, get access to treasury funds. I mean, it's huge, and if they're intentional about it at the ground level, we know small businesses hire more people collectively than one or many major corporations. So that investment ought to be an investment in every major city and every major black bank or small black bank, because it works and brings us economic freedom. So more of that ought to be done.
Absolutely, and we always talk about helping black and brown communities, and this is one way that we can help black and brown communities, is for us to uplift us in an economic way. And what I see as an educator oftentimes is that students want to go to school, but their parents do not have the loans or the funding for them to go to school. So we have this resource within our communities that we can pull from, and I just wish more attention was brought to black banks, because it's there.
And it strengthens the black banks. They make money at it.
Yes, absolutely.
But also, while this subject is important, another...
You're a Republican. You got to agree with this.
Go ahead.
No,
You got to.
Why don't you just let me say what I'm going to say?
First of all, I got this here.
The bigger issue is we in the black community don't support black banks the way we should. Now, I'm not saying the government is supposed to. No, it is true.
Anecdotally, that may be true.
Yeah.
Well, no, consistently, it's just not true. You look at Industrial Bank of Washington, you look at
that's where I have
Black Savings Bank in Chicago and New York.
My black company is at a black bank.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying what I'm doing.
Right.
But as a general rule, if you talk to most black people, their money is not in a black bank.
Well, if
their money is in Bank of America, they're in this place, they're in that.
Development, their money is in a bank.
We need to get our own community to support the institutions inside of our own community.
And y'all gonna respect my clock.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no. That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.